Hello, everyone at Speedrunners Arena. My name is MM2 Nest Cartridge, and today, joined by Kev Nastics, we bring you this match of the 2021 Super Metroid Randomizer Accessible Tournament, Lady Smail versus sashoboss. And this is all set up to be a very, very exciting race, and my co-commentator Kev Nastics is here with me in the booth today. How are you doing, Kev? How do you feel about this race?
I feel super hyped about this race. I got to tell you, I've been working all day and I'm a little bit tired, but I know for a fact that as soon as these racers are off, I know that I'm going to get super pumped, super excited to watch some rando action. And I'm just super happy to be here. And this, I think, the first time that you and I have done commentary together. But I don't know if you know this or not, but you're one of the first few people I met in the Super Metroid community, and you made a good impression. So I've stuck around, and I'm super excited to be here with you on commentary.
Yeah, it flatters me to hear that, but the gate has been dropped in the SRL room. Good luck, have funds have been issued, and we will hopefully see these runners leave the starting menu and arrive on Planet Zebes shortly.
Yeah, I always get really hyped when I'm looking at the SRL, and it looks like here we go. When that countdown gets going, the heart starts racing, and I don't know about you, but when I'm starting to rando, I'm like, oh, please let the first suit be in an easy location.
Yeah, early fursuits are very good, but they also create a lot of diversions. Like when you see a gravity at that ceiling E tank in Brinstar, if you can do that D boost, you know Varia is going to be somewhere that it's not going to be fun to get to.
I
So
actually
it's a
think
shock for me.
Varia suit is my preferred first suit. I think I kind of understand the logic with that. I feel like when you have gravity, it can send you on like a wild goose chase for the Varia suit. So I definitely feel that way about it.
Yeah, definitely. Varia just opens less up in my experience, so it's definitely my preferred first suit because it just gives you a clearer path of where to go. Like it's just Norfair that it opens up, as opposed to Gravity opening up both Wreck Ship and Meridia, Wreck Ship via Forgotten Highway, because you cannot logically cross mode with just the Gravity suit. But both of our runners have picked up that Morph Ball, and let's see what's the Alpha Missiles.
Yeah, I particularly like doing this D boost. I learned it originally when I was just kind of messing around. Ooh, we got bombs is down there. That's pretty awesome. I was actually ahead of it. I was thinking about the beta missiles and then the D boost into the ceiling, which is a check I actually like making because that strat makes me feel like a superhero because it's not quite elite, but it feels less than beginner, so it's really fun to do. And I like how Sasha Boss took out both of those gamers really quick with that shot. That was pretty impressive marksmanship.
Yeah, it's always good to have strats for especially your early game rooms because they're going to be exactly the same 99% of the time. The early bombs, especially if you can crystal flash clip, is a very relieving find for any runner, even if you can't, because it's can fly for everywhere. Like some items like speed booster or can fly for a few locations. Others like high jump are good for another few, but bombs just does it all. It's a
I think
really underrated item, in my opinion.
bombs are my absolute favorite non-suit item to get in a rando because I don't have to watch my power bomb count, but it also puts a whole lot more things in logic. You have your up logic there, so that ceiling was with bombs. That ceiling E tank location was in logic, and it just opens the door for a whole lot more. You don't have to worry about power bombs and watching that count. So less soft lock possibility. Bombs are the bomb, dude. They're the bomb item.
Yeah, bombs just low power bomb seeds, especially in early game. If you don't know what you're doing, can lead yourselves to a variety of soft locks, and none of them are fun to get into in a rando. Most of them are patched out in this version of the Varia randomizer, but others without that soft lock protection can lead you to bad times.
Oh, yeah, that was actually one of the most difficult things to get used to when I started playing rando was not having bombs. It just kind of threw off my timing everywhere, and you have to think very outside the box, but it allows this early 230 missiles check, which is really great. You don't have to backtrack for that. We saw the racers check Old Mother Brain. So some locations that you might either run out of power bombs for or not be able to get to early, you have a little bit early access. And we've got Sasho Boss has his E-Tank right there, and Lady Smale is probably going to be making that exact same check. And I just can't wait to see if our runners are going to check Bomb Terizo. And we know with bombs that we are going to see a Bomb Terizo fight if they go see BT.
Yeah, not seen too often in SMRAT, but sometimes done in SMZ3 randos, is saving before Bomb Terizo and then resetting if that item isn't good. If you have bombs, just to avoid that Bomb Terizo fight. It's a strat that I don't know if it saves time, but it might. Of course, unless the item is good and you want to keep it, in which case it's just a straight up time loss.
Yeah, I feel like Sasha Boss is sitting here going, "Come on now, I've got to fight Bomb Terizo, and all I got out of it was missiles." And by the way, with this many missiles in Bomb Terizo, he's going to do an attack that's very similar to what GT does, and it's a more vicious fight. But with so many missiles, Sasha should be able to take care of BT pretty easily.
Yeah, frequent any percent runner at least at some point in his career in Super Metroid. He takes down Bomb Terizo
That was fast.
with a lot of ease in that fight. Very experienced. Nothing too out of the ordinary for Sasha Boss. Lady Smale and Sasha Boss, we do have a high five on screens this time. Sasha Boss getting out of the Alcatraz area, and a routing decision that you could have made at this point would be to do the early gauntlet check with only bombs. It is not a fun time, but if there's something good in front of gauntlet or back of gauntlet, because you cannot check the back of gauntlet with what the runners have at this point.
I feel like if Sasha Boss had power bombs right now, he would do that check right there, and then probably, it's sometimes worth the risk with that amount of health to go in there. You just have to take it real slow, because with just the power suit, that acid is brutal.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the bomb only gauntlet would be worth it unless you had a lot of health, like 2 or 3 E-tanks early, but if you have power bombs, it's a much better thing to consider. At least,
yes.
Like it's not always worth it, but you definitely want to keep it in the back of your mind. But
I actually get bummed out when I don't have power bombs because I can't check the back of gauntlet. It makes it less like, I'm less interested to go there if I'm not sure something's there.
Yeah, speaking of power bombs, we do see some power bombs out of logic on Sasha Boss's screen at the early Supers location. This is out of logic, as most people would know. The mock ball technique used in almost every single category in this game does allow access to 4 locations in the early Supers area, and those locations are not in logic without the speed booster, but seeing as nothing of value came out of those locations except for super missiles, then it's not too big of a deal. But super missiles,
yes,
very nice from
sweet
Sasha
mock
Boss.
ball.
That is that is a very tight mock ball. It's called the reverse mock ball. You'll see it in 100%. And
that's easily my favorite to do. When I get that, I just get so hyped.
Yeah, it's a really nice mock ball to pull off, and it saves a decent chunk of time too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So Sasha Boss is going down to check the Edicoon's check, which is definitely a big favorite of mine. You can farm up your power bombs to full. There are 3 item checks you can do here, and we got another E-tank, which is super nice, and another E-tank right there. So, with power bombs and all that, it's a little bit out of the way. But if Sasha ends up routing up to Red Tower, maybe actually probably Blue Brinstar could make his way up to check the gauntlet items. Who knows? Kind of depends on what he picks up along the way.
Yeah, reverse beam isn't really all that viable, at least in my opinion, with only 1 power bomb pack. But the bombs make it definitely make it more viable. And if you get another power bomb pack somewhere in Pink Brinstar, then it's definitely a big consideration, especially since you didn't get that back of gauntlet check, which makes the gauntlet check have 2 more items than normal.
I'm always really excited to see what Big Pink has, and our runners right now have oh, nice plasma beam. But they've got ample super count right now, so we're definitely going to be expecting Spore Spawn super check. We're going to be expecting a wave E tank location, the wave gate check, and that makes it a little bit easier when you have more supers and a little less risky to go for. You don't have to worry about running out so much.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the only power bomb pack they have is out of logic, as well as the super missiles. So currently, all that's left in logic is the Mission Impossible missile and the charge missiles, as well as the charge beam.
And plasma is going to make that beautiful early find, high jump boots. And also, what I was going to say is plasma makes that Mission Impossible area much easier to check because you don't have to use supers to kill the side hoppers. You have a little bit more artillery, so it's not as dangerous with just the power suit.
Sasha going for it all and does execute that very clean room from Sashoboss.
Probably going to get Mission Impossible right here. He's got, just missed it. It was a good setup, though.
Yeah, Sashoboss has the movement to pay the bills, as you can see right there.
I like that phrase. That was good.
Yeah. Yeah. If there's nothing, there is power bombs at charge missiles, so there will not be a forced spore spawn fight, or maybe there will be for first super missiles. That could be a thing.
I have seen that as spore spawn supers being in logic for your first pack.
Yes. Yeah, as the vanilla game does intend you to fight Spore Spawn, this randomizer could not.
Look at all these E-tanks we're finding right away, and some of them have some of the E-tanks been out of logic? See, that's where I get confused because if I'm getting an item out of logic, sometimes I have a hard time keeping it in my brain like, okay, I got this item in logic, this item I didn't get in logic, so it makes it a little harder to figure out where you want to go next.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we only have one tank out of logic at the mock ball area, and everything else is in logic. Especially since there's that, which is because of that power bomb at charge missile.
Look at how quick Sashoboss got that wave gate right there. Absolutely, beautiful. We found the gravity suit.
Pays off big time for Sashoboss. Gravity suit. It's not the best suit to find first, but it's definitely a huge find early.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really going to protect you heavily at wreck ship, and pretty much everything in pink and green Brinstar is going to be harmless. Upper Norfair, relatively harmless. Gravity suit does a lot of damage protection in the early game, but like we were talking about before, it kind of says, all right, well, actually, it's an out of logic check right now, so we'll see what Sasho does. We'll see where he goes next. Might make some early Meridia checks. Might decide to just go straight to Kraid. Who knows? We still got a couple. What do we have? One check in Green Brinstar left.
Yeah, we've just got that pipe missiles left. And if the runners choose to do so, they can go reverse meme route and check either just the first item, the behind morph power bombs, or they can go all the way and do the Billy Mays checks as well.
I would say I would probably check the blue Brinstar missile, and if power bombs. And if I didn't find anything good, I would most likely go right back to Green Brin. But if I found something good, I might even decide to check Billy Mays because it's quite a long haul to get back there from pretty much anywhere else in the game right now.
Yeah, it's just these choices you have to make when you're running Super Metroid Randomizer. You have to choose to orphan some checks at some times, and sometimes it's just who orphaned what checks at what time, and that can prove the winner.
Now you're a really good hundo runner too, MM2. Do you ever sit there and feel really bad when you decide to blow by a check? Because sometimes I'm tempted. I'm like, they're like Pokemon. I got to catch them all, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very tempting to just hundo the game because that way you'll find everything. But sometimes you just can't route in a check efficiently, or you have to make a choice between going up or going down or some other choice. And
I like how you say orphan it. because I do get
Yeah.
sad when I have to miss. I feel bad when I have to skip a check.
Yeah, MM2 never skips checks. No, I try to skip a few checks at least, but not too many because then I'll end up skipping my Varia, and that
I
would be
would
bad.
I would describe you as an aggressive player for this for the SMRAT.
I don't know, but
And I mean that in a positive way. I mean that
yeah,
very positively.
yeah. Lady Smale does find her gravity suit out of logic, of course, but those high jump boots definitely make that setup easier. So no worries about getting through.
Oh,
And there's
beautiful
that wave
time.
beam. So I think the chain is high jump to wave, and then waves unlocks that gravity suit.
So logically, would you be thinking wreck ship or would you be thinking Meridia right now? Because we do have bombs, so that puts wreck ship in logic with gravity. But also, well, I guess we don't really have Meridia in logic yet, do we? Or does gravity suit alone, is that enough to put Meridia in logic?
Gravity suit, as well as of course power bombs to blow up the tube,
Yeah.
does put entering Meridia in logic. That is, like, you can, of course, you can't get through Botwin logically without speed, but getting into Meridia is just the gravity suit. And since that is in logic, I would probably be heading for Meridia now, after doing crate and probably high jump, if I was in Sasho's shoes at this point.
I wouldn't be surprised if sashoboss does make the play for Meridia. I'm just guessing that he can Crystal Flash and, might find what he's looking for once he gets there. And, perhaps, I mean, has enough E-tanks and enough artillery. Dragon, no.
Yeah.
And that's just knowing what a strong runner he is.
Yeah, of course. If you can Crystal Flash Club, you're definitely going to head to Meridian at this point, because it's a full area you can clear, and 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 it's just like, why not? Because in all likelihood, you're either going to find Varia there or you're going to find something else of value, and it's right there. So why not?
Speaking of right there, they're going to check the Frog Pocket E-Tank location. sashoboss he'll do that. And Lady Smale will be just kind of doing all the checks right now we see sashoboss doing. And I actually expect both of them, regardless of what they find, will probably check the high jump boots location in Upper Norfair, because you got a couple quick checks you can do there. It only costs you really 2 elevator transitions and a quick door transition, and then you can decide if you want to go to Meridia or wreck ship. And again, Meridia can get you into wreck ship and vice versa, but going to Meridia, you're going to be, I guess, not doing red tower checks until late. So I'm curious to see how our runners decide to route the next 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, speaking about the high jump area checks, in my opinion, it's not really that good of a play. Well, it's definitely good in some scenarios, but in general, I would definitely prefer to go down and do the high jump boot checks before diving into Meridia. Just because if your Varia is there and you full clear Meridia looking for it, and then you come back here, it's just going to feel really bad. And that space jump is why you do high jump first.
Yeah, that's exactly why I would make these checks right here on the hopes of finding either a good movement item or suit. And right there, let's say Lady Smale decides not to go down here. sashoboss has a huge movement advantage over Lady Smale. As a matter of fact, I actually won my last race because I believe watching it over, if my opponent had found space jump, he would have beaten me no problem. But not finding that movement item kind of gave me the advantage I needed. So that's a huge movement advantage right there for sashoboss.
Yes.
If Lady Smale decides not to make that same check.
Yeah, of course. So I would probably expect Lady Smale to do that same check. Yeah, we will probably see Sasho at this point heading into Meridia. X-ray is also a check you could consider, but or is he going to go to X-ray? No, he's not. Okay.
Here we go, Meridia.
Yeah, not taking those PBs also to me means that he's not going to be Crystal Flash clipping this race, because if you got bombs but no other method of getting past Botwoon. Oh, where was Wave WJG? It was at the crate missile blocked by power bombs.
Looks like we're going to. Oh, we're not doing crab supers. Looks like we're going over to Mama Turtle E-Tank location.
Yeah, map completion strats here. Um, this is just sometimes some runners like to go up through the top of Main Street after peaking the Main Street and Crab Supers checks, and some like to go back down and up and over through Mama Turtle. I like to go back down because it does save a door. It does save a door transition, but I have never timed that out myself, so who knows if it's actually faster. So,
Nice. It also looks like Sasho's making the play to get 7 E-Tanks in the hopes that he finds Charge, which will open up the door for stand-up glitch on Mother Brain much later in our race.
yeah, if you do find Charge, it's a huge boon because not only can you do stand up with this loadout, you also don't have to worry as much about picking up any ammo, and that can just save you so many time and over skipping checks that you would normally do once you got your major items for go mode, and just saving time in general.
It saves you a lot of time with just fanfares alone. You don't need to get so many super missiles.
True, that is a fact. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing the beach checks from sashoboss here.
Now it looks like
that's a Varia suit.
Oh man, Lady Smell is gonna do a big smack to the forehead because it looks like she's deciding to go up Red Tower and go to either Wreck Ship or possibly Gauntlet. One of those checks right there. So that right there puts sashoboss considerably in the lead, in my opinion, because Sasho now just kind of, I believe, just needs ammo or charge beam to put him into go mode.
Yeah, he needs the ammo and charge, and also presumably away through Botwoon.
Yeah, away through Botwoon. True. So it looks like he's going to make the play to. What do you think? We're going Lower Norfair here?
Definitely Lower Norfair. There's nowhere else he'd be going.
Makes the best route. Hoping to pick up enough ammo or speed or potentially ice along the way, and that's a really good play. I'm definitely putting Sasha well in the lead at this point early on.
Yeah, Lower Norfair just a solid play when you got the goods for it. So, because you're gonna have to do it anyways. So let's see, Sasha. He will presumably be checking charge beam. Not charge beam.
Cathedral here.
Yeah, Cathedral. That location. And probably will head down Bubble Mountain. Sometimes people like to skip peeking that Bubble Mountain missile location. I don't think it's too good of a play, but it's definitely a valid play.
If I'm sashoboss right now, I'm checking everything that's not very much out of the way. And I actually tend to overcheck, so I might do a little bit more, but I would definitely check this. It's just a reserve tank, which Sasha really doesn't need right now. Looking like he debated checking some of those Bubble Mountain items, but can always get them on the way back from Lower Norfair.
Yeah, it is it's a few seconds faster to get him after Lower Norfair, but of course you won't see that in vanilla runs because speed booster and wave beam are just too good to pass up.
So interestingly enough, we'll get a chance to see what items are over here in Red Towers. So far we have an E-Tank and nothing else of considerable value. We know that Lady Smale is not going to find the Varia suit, but could still find some could still find charge beam. But I have a feeling that we might be seeing a full or partial clearing of Wreck Ship before we get a Meridia entrance. And it looks like it's going to be quite a ways off before Lady Smale gets anywhere near where the Varia suit is. But might find something interesting. Could find Speeder Ice, which would be very helpful for sure.
Yeah, Speeder Ice if both speed and ice are on top of Rex ship, that could potentially put Lady Snail in back into this race.
Yeah, it kind
But
of depends
yeah,
on if she does. Let's say she does make those finds early on in Rex ship or before Rex ship, and then decides to hightail it over to Meridia, find the Varia suit. That could definitely put the race a little bit closer. But
definitely.
that's banking on that.
Yeah, as chat points out, ammo is a bit scary for Sasho. He does only have a 30 super maximum and 9 supers. And farming
And
before Lower Norfair is a very good play, in my opinion, because it's actually a bit faster than farming in the pre-Ridley room, though you do like to use ammo in rooms like Worst Room in the Game and other
yeah,
rooms like that.
also worth mentioning that sashoboss did not check the generic Rodin item location. So if that's charge beam, that could be potentially harmful. Because right there, you mentioned that Sasho did not farm in the. Oh, I forget what the name of that. I forget what the name of
I
that
think it's
farming
just
room is we use in
purple
GT
farm room.
Classic. Yeah, he did not farm in the purple farm room, so he's going to have to farm to full supers to have a comfortable Ridley fight, just simply because he doesn't have charge beam right now. And I feel like charge beam is a pretty common item to find after you beat Ridley. But that is a potential soft lock risk going into Ridley with just 30 supers. I mean, he does have 35 missiles, so it is doable. But we do have a charge beam find by Lady Smail in the wrecked ship. So that already opens the door a little bit. Lady Smail does not have to worry so much about her ammo. Most likely already has enough supers and regular missiles for some people to be comfortable to get through all the bosses.
Yeah, definitely. 30 supers is enough to kill Ridley, but you do need 60 for Mother Brain. But of course, the charge beam does just negate all that, and you don't really have to worry about ammo. It's a great find.
Yep, and it's not unlikely that Lady Smail could find ice. That is possible. Now, I don't think Sasho can find ice in Lower Norfair. Is that correct, or am I wrong? I think I heard somebody say that ice cannot be found in Lower Norfair, but again, I'm not sure how accurate that information is.
Ice can definitely be in Lower Norfolk, just can't be behind Ridley.
Okay, that's what I heard then. That makes sense. So this is not a very risky fight for Lady Smail and Fantoon right here. With the gravity suit on, the game does not expect you to have gravity at this point, so it's a very safe Fantoon fight. You can take a whole lot of flames, you can take a whole lot of hits from Fantoon. You see the energy is barely going down, and Lady Smail making pretty quick work of Fantoon right there, and we'll have to take a look and see how much of Rex ship she decides to clear while sashoboss is getting ready for his Ridley fight. And but we got a few minutes before that, because without charge beam, Sasha's going to have to make sure he farms enough supers to comfortably defeat Ridley and not soft lock. Like MM2 was saying earlier, you need exactly 30 missiles to take out Ridley. And right now it's looking like he's got 24 missiles to buffer it in case he misses any supers. But it's very hard to find missiles, because from what I understand, these bugs do not reliably drop missiles like they do supers and big health.
Yeah, supers and big health being what these bugs do mainly drop. It's likely we're going to be seeing Sasho get up to full 30 supers, but this is why you want to farm before Lower Norfair, because it's just so slow to farm right here, especially if you don't have the grapple beam.
Yeah, the purple farming room is really, really good. And I mean, you and I are both played GT Classic, so I know for a fact that I've done that. I spend a lot of time farming there in these randos to make sure I have enough supers to take out Ridley. And there's Lady Smail completely disregarding Spazer because, well, we have Plasma Beam, and Spazer is actually widely hated by a lot of Super Metroid players. Not me, but completely ignoring Spazer. It's a useless beam right now with the loadout Lady Smail has. And deciding not to save before Spiky Room of Death, not too bad, because Gravity Suit will offer a lot of environmental protection against everything. But just time-wise, it's going to cost Lady Smail just a little bit. But also could decide to take Forgotten Highway to Meridia if she doesn't find anything here to her liking.
Yeah, Forgotten Highway is not out of the plausible range of things she could do at this point. So it'd be definitely an interesting play, and it would get her to where she needs to be quicker. But we don't know where ice or speed are, so
I mean,
no,
I'm with
no
you.
Forgotten Highway.
I would have gone straight back, and if I'm her, I'm full clearing wreck ship, and we know that's not going to yield a Varia suit, unfortunately. But that would be my guess of what Lady Smale is going to do. And wreck ship has been for a lot of race for a surprising amount of rando seeds. Wreck ship has been a very fruitful location.
Yeah, and while we were talking about this, Sasha lost with a very clean Ridley fight. Didn't miss a super. The whole
Beautiful.
fight, very nice.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah,
And
all for just a power bump pack. The 3 items that are allowed to hide behind Ridley have already been found, so we're not going to be seeing any major items behind Ridley. Everything else,
is it charge, bombs? What's the third one?
high jump.
High jump. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
It's the ones that don't logically lock anything. You have to be able to. Yeah, I think you have to be able to full clear the game in order to be able to logically kill Ridley.
And from what I understand, Ridley
No.
is considered so hard that Ridley is never in logic or something like that. I can't remember what somebody had told me.
The generator, when it throws some sort of error, it's like Ridley is at the difficulty the SMRAT preset puts it at. Ridley is set to hard, but the settings preset for SMRAT only allows easy things to be put in logic.
I see.
So it just locks Ridley behind full clear in the game. So you have to have everything else that's required to full clear the game to be able to check that item behind Ridley in logic. So it can only be the 3 items that don't lock anything that you can't get with other items. And those are charge, high jump, and bombs.
All right, so no, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, obviously, bombs can and do logically lock things, but those can be supplemented with other methods of can fly, such as high jump boots or space jump. But yeah.
So now at this point, do you see? So I see sashoboss probably doing these last checks here in Lower Norfair because they're fairly quick checks. And then I would imagine he's going to check at least a couple items on in either the Wave or the Bubble Mountain location. Most likely the Upper Norfair Reserve, the Bubble Mountain Reserve, because that's 3 item checks right there. Speed is a little bit longer. I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to skip the speed check, hoping for something good here. And we know that Sasha wants either ice or speed to gain Meridia access, and also probably hoping for charge so he doesn't need to pick up so many ammo packs.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's... I don't know. Sasha is fairly likely to find charge, especially if he keeps checking things for ammo, but I would not be surprised to see him check both Wave and Speed as well as Norfair Reserve here in Bubble Mountain area. But I would be surprised if he checked Croc.
I was actually just about to say, do you think he's going to bet on Croc?
Yeah. If I were in his shoes, I wouldn't, but who knows?
There's your favorite item, MM2.
Yes, this is definitely my favorite item. I am extremely happy to have seen sashoboss pick this item up. I could not be happier.
How many supers have you blown on Spring Ball in this tournament so far?
I bet at least 10.
Nice. I forgot. That Spring Ball just threw me completely off. Actually, Croc has been a very great location. The last seed I played, I found ice and speed both at Croc. And looking like Wreck Ship has offered up absolutely nothing of value. Lady Smale is going to check criteria power bombs, and then I'm guessing she's going to save at the ship and do a gauntlet check. So right now, very interesting and huge route diversion. So I'm curious to see where Lady Smell goes next after these two checks, and I'm kind of hoping she finds Ice Beam or something to bring this. Oh my goodness, nothing there. Hoping she finds Ice Beam to bring this race a little bit closer.
Yeah, Ice Beam would definitely bring this race a fair bit closer because currently it's looking like Sashoboss has a fairly decent lead, given that he has done Lower Norfair and after finding that Varia suit. And Idle Child in chat just needs speed to springball baby skip. Speed and a whole lot of practice. That trick is extremely difficult, and I wouldn't recommend anyone to learn it in a race because it's very tough.
I've never even attempted it. And we do have that gauntlet check by Lady Smell, which with all these E-tanks, all these supers, all these power bombs, absolutely not a difficult check for a runner that looks as experienced as Lady Smell is. So we'll find out what all the gauntlet items are because we did not see before. So I absolutely am betting and confirmed right here by Lady Smell that we're going to see a full gauntlet clear. And
I would rate this. Yeah, I would rate this gauntlet clear. I would definitely do this gauntlet clear, especially since you haven't seen the back items. That's 3 checks plus another one if you count criteria power bombs. So definitely worth your time.
Come on, Ice. Make this worth Lady Smale's time, please. Brutal. And she's already got Charge Beam, opting to pick the supers anyways. Now, while Lady Smale was doing that, sashoboss checked the Bubble Mountain Reserve. I don't see anything of value on the tracker there, so I'm going to assume it did. And Sasho is going to bet on Croc. And you know what? I'm going to call it right now. We're going to find Ice or Speed at Croc. I don't think he's going to get lucky, and we're going to find both. But I'll tell you what, if Sasho does find both, we're going to see a quick rush to Dragon and then Fantoon and then straight to G4 and Mother Brain.
Well, no, he's just going through Croc Escape. He
All
does,
right.
yeah. There is the trick you can do called the Speedless Speedway that allows you to get through Frog Speedway without the speed booster. But some people don't. Some people, including myself, after my week 1 fiasco with that, don't like doing that, and you can just go through Croc Escape, and it's a perfectly valid way to go. So,
I learned that's pretty cool right there. I'm on Croc though. Croc has just been too good to me this rando. I know it's gonna bite me at some point, but let's hope that doesn't turn out to be a mistake for Sasho. And again, do you think Sasho might not know how to Crystal Flash at this point because he is not making a straight play to Meridia, or is he just saying it's still pretty early on? I've got time. I can do these checks.
I would say he might be. Given that he turned down the Powerbomb pack at the High Jump Boots location, I would say he's not going to be Crystal Flash clipping this seed. At least that's my thought, but who knows what his true capabilities are.
You know what? From watching these rando tournaments, I have decided that at some point before this tournament's done, I'm going to be at a huge deficit if I don't just say, "Oh wow,
Vanilla Ice."
Ice, I love it when that happens. Oh my goodness. All right, so sashoboss has just taken what I would say is a commanding lead at this point. Because Lady Smale looks like she's going to head to Meridia, which we know she's most likely going to find that Varia suit. But sashoboss having Ice and having already done the trip down into Lower Norfair, I would call this lead commanding at this point.
Yeah, this is definitely sashoboss's race to lose at this point in time. Yeah, given that he has the Ice Beam and the whole Lower Norfair edge, this is definitely a commanding lead, as you say.
Yeah, and we had in chat saying that we had speed locked Ice when I can tell you I've seen a ton of seeds where Ice is locked by speed, because in order for Ice Beam to be in logic, you need speed to get through that room, much like the early Supers room. So that makes me wonder where speed is, where the logic wanted you to go for speed. And There we go. Lady Smale has Varia. So now Lady Smale already has Fantoon down, whereas sashoboss does not have Fantoon down. But the trip down to Lower Norfair versus the trip that Sasho has to make to wreck ship is just considerably longer. And it looks like Lady is still looking for ice now or speed, because she's probably hoping that she can just take out Dragon now. So we know she's not going to find ice, but we still haven't found speed.
Yeah,
and
true.
Looks like we still won't find speed.
Yeah, I would say speed's decently likely to be in a sandpit at this point. Because I'm pretty sure it has to be either in a sandpit or a Krog.
Sasho having a little bit of difficulty with this ice cliff. There he goes. I thought at first that the Metroid might have been a little bit in not quite the right spot, but he got it no problem. And I'm wondering if Lady Smale is going to make her way to Lower Norfair or just continue to do Meridia checks and hope she comes up with something good.
Nope, she's taking that Varia suit, and she is presumably going to be headed to Lower Norfair to take out the Space Pelican himself, Riddler. Sorry, wrong game.
So yeah, but gonna do a quick check over here at Mama Turtle, which is which is a good play. It's not a too far out of the way check, and probably banking on the fact that sashoboss did some similar routing to what she did. Again, not finding anything that she really thinks she can use in this area. Might even still be hoping for Batoon access, and I don't know. I think speed is at Croc. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, speed could definitely be at Croc. As chat points out, speed
they have
GT as well as DMCA missiles could be a thing.
What are the DMCA?
Just dead mouse missiles. I made
that name
up.
Generic mouse. I called him earlier.
Yeah, generic rodent mascot missiles. Those things. That one location that holds charge more than it ought to. Let's be honest. Yeah, sashoboss is checking those precious missiles for the super missile that hides there and will now be taking on Dragon. Dragon with this loadout should be fairly interesting. And by interesting, I mean it's going to be count to 20 super missiles with Dragon, most likely. Because no grapple beam and no it means you can't do the fast methods of taking out Dragon, so it's just going to be an ammo game.
Yeah, and it's actually with this loadout, it's just going to be probably a little longer than sashoboss wants it to take. But here we go. Lady Smale is going to find her ice beam. So I would imagine that she'll find her ice beam, make her way down to Lower Norfair, take out Ridley, and then try to head back up, take out Dragon, which it wouldn't make any sense right now for her to try to take out Dragon. Oh, come on, Sasho, you can't hit Dragon when you're gooped.
Yeah, game is weird.
Yeah, but also Sasho has power bombs. When Dragon puts those goops out, he can actually, probably quicker to just take them out with plasma. I don't know, but those power bombs will actually get rid of all that goop, leaving Dragon's belly wide open to be, shot at.
Yeah, it's definitely a good strategy to make use of those power bombs, especially since power bombs have no use in Turian for the most part. But so it's just like you're not gonna worry. You don't have to worry about ammo management with power bombs. So why not make use of it? But it also could be slower because of the lag.
That is true. Sometimes I forget about lag. I've not been playing Super Metroid for an incredibly long time, but definitely you pick up new stuff about this game every time you watch it. At least I do. So, and yet another reason why I'm happy to do comms with you, because you're one of the more knowledgeable people in this community. So thanks for all the extra help.
Yeah, thanks. And of course, shout outs to you, because I remember you getting started with comms. I think it was around when the Honda tourney was a thing, and you seem to have a real natural knack for it. So I'm glad to see you getting involved in this community that I'm pretty sure everyone who's around it is happy to be a part of. I know I am.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. That's exactly when I started, and I haven't looked back since. I love everything about this game, and it's just tons of fun. So here
Yeah,
we go. We have sashoboss going back through Batun Hallway.
yeah.
You
I
know, a
think.
little bit slower without. I think you can't get through here without speed, so going to have to go back in the sand pit area.
Yeah,
And
fun fact, you can actually do another mock droid clip similar to the one you do to get into boss wound to get out that way. I
no
don't know
kidding.
if it's faster, but it's definitely a thing that you can do.
See, just ripping the knowledge, man. I learn something new every time I play this game, and you know, whether it's from a fellow commentator or if it's from the expert knowledge that chat always brings. And I guess the only thing I have left to learn in this race is where the heck is speed. I'm still calling Croc.
Yeah, and of course we have not seen a screw attack either, so that'd be an interesting thing to see where it is.
True, and that's actually what's taking Lady Smale a little bit longer to get through fast pillars there, not having speed to spark through and not having screw attack to just kind of shoot your way through. But she's going to have a much easier time getting through Lower Norfair a little bit faster than sashoboss did, just simply because she has that plasma beam. You don't need 3 supers to take out those pirates, and also not going to have to do any of the same farming that sashoboss had to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know. I would say Lady Smale is about 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes behind Sasho.
Yeah, a really easy way to tell would just be to figure out just to compare G4 times because
Yeah.
that's the easiest way to tell where someone's at.
Ooh, having a little bit of trouble in amphitheater. That space jump in amphitheater is one of the more. I think that's one of the trickiest rooms to space jump through if you're not used to it.
Amphitheater is just a rough room. Like it's just not fun.
Sashoboss missing out on his chance to do foosball with that spring ball.
Yeah,
But
I
still.
approve of the non-foosball. Hard approve.
Nice.
Yeah, we will be seeing sashoboss hopefully heading to Fansoon as he has not taken that boss down yet. Okay, we will not be seeing a G3 from sashoboss today. That is good news. Good news indeed.
So on Sasho's side, are we going to see a was it spooky missiles that had charge beam?
Yeah, it was spooky missiles. I would
sure
probably check it if I was Sasho.
If I was him, I would, but ammunition-wise, with 50 missiles and 60 supers, and he does have ice and waves, so we're likely to see a Zeb skip. Sasho might decide that he's got enough to finish the game. Might just opt to skip it entirely, and looks like he is. And
Yeah.
so that will slow him down just a little bit more. And Sasho's going to have to be a little extra aware of his ammo. I think it takes 35 regular missiles to take out Mother Brain 1. It's either 30 or 35, I believe.
Mother Brain 1's weird.
Yeah,
Mother
Sasha's
Brain
going to need all 60 of those supers to take out Mother Brain.
Yeah, so Sasha's going to be using 60 supers, most likely for Mother Brain 2. But Mother Brain 1's a more complicated case. In this case, it's going to be 36 missiles. But in reality, Mother Brain 1 has 3,000 health. But you cannot damage her until you fire 6 shots, which are usually missiles. So,
and not only that, but you cannot use a beam to damage Mother Brain 1.
Yeah, you are required to use ammo for Mother Brain 1. Yeah, Sasho executing those Doppler strats on Fantoon does miss the opener for that next round, but does get the reappear fast as well. So yeah, we're gonna be seeing dueling boss fights, one on Ridley and one on Fantoon.
So depending on how quick Lady Smale takes out Ridley, we could very likely see both of our runners in Turian at the same time. Although I still give sashoboss I still give him a commanding lead, to be honest. But it is possible that we could find both runners in Turian at the same time. I don't believe Sasho, well, he's much closer, and Lady Smail still has to fight Dragon. So it is conceivable that Sasho could finish by the time Lady Smail gets there.
Yeah, Turian's very long though. It's like 7 minutes for top runners. So
Yeah.
don't underestimate how long it'll take. But I don't know. It's very much conceivable. But I think at this point we're going to be looking at a mid to high 5x time for Sasho, and then probably a high 10x time for Lady Smail.
I think that's a pretty accurate call. I think Lady Smail is roughly 20 minutes from completion at this point, because it does take a long time to trek back all the way through Lower Norfair and then going all the way up to Meridia. And then, like you said, Turian does take 7 minutes for top runners, and for everybody else, probably 8 to 9.5 minutes, depending on what your loadout is. And
Yeah.
fortunately, our runners both have ice, so that's not going to make the Metroids that difficult as far as, you don't have to worry about your health dropping so much. You don't need to wait for 3 power bombs to take them out. You can just do it with ice and a super. Although sashoboss is probably going to go slower, probably just going to use missiles on most of the Metroids, probably use grouping strats to not take up so much time, wanting to save all those supers, because he's going to need every bit of them for Mother Brain, because he has opted not to do any more checks. So I don't know. I'm not comfortable going to Mother Brain with exactly 60 supers.
Okay, good. He remembered the ship refill.
Yes.
I did not want to commentate or curse that, but he is in the ship.
I'm glad you
getting
held
his
on.
ammo back.
Wouldn't that have been awful if he got all the way down to the first Metroid room and like, oh man, what am I doing?
Having gotten to the 4th Metroid room and then realized that myself, it is awful.
Oh,
I can tell
man.
you that.
I've done that with power bombs before, but not with supers.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing Lady Smail go through this 3 Musketeers room. This room is an interesting beast, because depending on whether you have screw attack or not, you can do some different strats. First, you can do the Sloters dodge and weave that we saw on display however long ago.
That
Beautiful
was
beast.
unreal.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing, and that's usually used in New Route, or you can use plasma shots to either just straight up kill the Musketeers, or hitbox through them, taking advantage of their iframes to not take damage. Or of course you can just take you can just take the hits.
I learned it. I learned a strat from you, MM2, going through there, and I'm almost positive it was you. I ended up learning how to kind of wall jump and then get into the morph ball and just kind of bounce off them, so you don't get stuck by them keeping knocking you down through those single tile gaps. I think I saw you do that in a race, and I'm like, all right, that's a pretty quick way to get through there if you have plenty of health.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, you would prefer to have screw attack, because screw attack makes everything easier, except for Turi. But I don't know.
Ooh.
It's definitely worth picking up if you haven't done Lower Warfare, because even just in that room alone, it speeds it up a lot.
By the way, sashoboss is just banking on getting the right amount of supers from these Metroids, not even really playing it safe. Now
Yeah,
he is a little
okay.
bit. Okay, we're good now. I was a little bit nervous there. Thought he was just gonna go.
Yeah, if he had gotten soft blocked there, that would have not been fun. And Lady Smail, interesting, skipping that. Oh yeah, she has charge. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting call, given that she only has the 4 supers at this point, but she does have the charge beam, so it's not as relevant at this point.
Sasho is opting to not do baby skip. Just damage down here with the Metroid, and then we'll just have Mother Brain to contend with. We're going to see a refill, because this is not Crystal Flash viable, because Sasho's going to need every bit of this ammo, and then we'll just have Mother Brain to contend with. We're going to see a refill, because this is not Crystal Flash viable, because Sasho's going to need every bit of this ammo, and then we'll just have Mother Brain to contend with. We're going to see a refill, because Sasho's going to need every bit of this ammo, Probably going to want to save as many of those missiles as possible to get through Mother Brain 1, and I'm certain that Sasho is going to make a save first, and probably refill these missiles too.
Yeah, that's what I would expect to see the missile refill. Maybe even opening the first door, but that's not what's going to be happening today. Oh
Either
no,
way,
no,
it's going to be.
He did.
Yeah, he did open the first door, and I almost wondered if he's going to go and pop the Ghidorah here, and then possibly refill, because he's got another door to contend with down there. That's 5 missiles, and then like we said before, see, this is kind of risky because I think you need exactly 35 missiles to take out Mother Brain. Is it 36? So
yes.
Not a missile to spare if he opts to not refill. Okay, yeah. He is going for the refill. I definitely approve of this play.
Yeah. I would not be confident in doing it. Both Mother Brain 1 and Mother Brain 2 without missing a single shot on either of them. That would just be too scary for me.
I'm with you there. I am not that much of an expert marksman. I wonder if Lady Smale is regretting not picking up that X-ray beam earlier, which would have significantly improved that Batoon fight and the dragon fight that she's about to have.
Yeah, I don't know. X-rays, it's kind of questionable, but if you already have either of Charge or Plasma, I'm definitely going to go and pick it up. Captain Stack, X-ray was at the West Ocean lower missiles.
That's right. And I always tend to pick up X-ray if it's in the first 10 minutes of the game, or if I already have maybe even the first 20 minutes of the game, unless I already have, like you said, Plasma Beam. Having a little bit of trouble there. Sasha looks like he's going for that down back skip, but ends up doing a spin, gets through there just all right. And now we got to hope that Sasho's ammo holds up. Missing any of those supers would be bad, because the damage with a missile, that's like Mother Brain getting bit by a mosquito, or, that's really, missiles do nothing on Mother Brain 2. Oh boy. Come on, buddy.
So Sasho did get one missile sniped in Mother Brain 1 phase, so he gets four supers to spare. If he misses the 5th one, he is softboxed.
Yeah, I almost don't even want to say anything. I'm kind of like half holding. Oh, not good.
There's one.
How many did you say he can miss? Up to 2?
He can miss 4.
Okay, that's not too bad, but still. All right.
Okay, we are safe, everybody. Sashoboss has triggered the rainbow beam, and okay then. Sasha opted to not damage down fully. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe he thought he had Varia off for some categories where you do turn Varia off, but yeah.
Now, if Mother Brain hits him with too much, he could die. It's not likely, but I've seen it happen. Mother Brain's trying to get you down below 100, and that was close. He's in beeping range right now. Wow.
And we are in the cutscene.
Yeah, one more onion ring there, and that would have been the end of Sashoboss, and he would have had to repeat the fight, but don't need to worry about that now. He's all the way through the fight. Lady Smale is on her way right now to G4 into Turian, and I don't know about you, but around the 55-minute mark is when I keep darting my eyes over to the SRL to see if the .done has come in yet. I don't know about you, but that's usually when I start getting kind of nervous based on where I am, hoping that I'm ahead of my opponent.
Yeah, once you're getting through Turian, it's always very scary to know your opponent could dot on at any moment. I know when I'm in fighting mode right now, they have to be an escape. They have to be in a skip. There's no way they're not in a skip. That's just what you think. It's where your mind goes.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like, barring disaster, it looks like sashoboss is in the clear. We'll just have a moderately slow escape here. No speed. This is probably going to give Lady Smale just enough time to get to G4 and start entering in toward the Metroid rooms before sashoboss finishes here. Would you say maybe about 2 minutes till Sasho is done?
Yeah, he's probably I'd say like a 101, maybe a high 101. That sounds about right.
Yeah, speed would have made it considerably faster, but Sasha will have to take the long way, not having speed. In the climb, going to have to do some jumps in the climb. In the I don't remember what all the rooms are called, but in the room that you normally see Blue Bomber in, the Blue Bomber room, Sasha will have to go through all the pirates and go up the stairs.
Yeah, I think this is just called Escape Room 3. It's not really.
Which one's the Leodox room?
The one after this one.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's still. I'm pretty sure it's called the Leodox room because there was a race way back when, Wild Anaconda versus Leodox, and I think it was any percent, and Leodox, and they were like neck and neck. It was frame for frame, and then Leodox lost 2 missing ledge grabs in this very room at the very end. So it was just a nightmare.
I love the lore, man. I love the lore of how all this stuff came about.
Yeah, I went back and watched that clip at some point, and I should do it again.
I love watching old Super Metroid. I love watching all Super Metroid races, and here just about what I was expecting. We have Lady Smale here entering Turian, sashoboss leaving Turian, and getting through the parlor here. And sorry, Lady Smale, but the dot done is about to come in about 10 seconds, and it's going to be GG sashoboss, and just like you said, MM2, just about a 101. A little bit short of a 101 and a little bit short of a little bit long for a sub hour, but well done. Great routing, super play, and GG sashoboss.
GG.
So I always wonder sometimes if the racer's going to finish. I mean, if I was Lady Smale, I would continue to finish. This is going to be a pretty decent SMRAT time. I try to keep my SMRAT times as close to an hour as possible, and still looking for that sub hour, but I think I did get a 104 or 106 the other day, so I'm getting closer every day.
Yeah, sub hours are a great goal to shoot for when you're getting there in terms of rando skill. So yeah,
reminds me of those early any percent days, the hunt for the sub hour.
Yeah, and of course it's definitely an achievable goal. So you just gotta keep at it, and then one day it will happen.
All right, everybody in chat, give Lady Smale your love. It looks like she has decided she is going to complete this run. I approve that. I always say more Super Metroid is always a good thing. And we'll see here the difference between the fight that sashoboss had and then the fight that Lady Smale is going to have. Looked like she was going for a baby skip. The plasma beam does cause a little bit of lag. You have to plan for that when you're doing the baby skip. It's probably why I can never get the baby skip. I've gotten close. I'm now getting to the point where I can get to the last jump every so often, but that's Super Metroid bucket list for me.
Yeah, we are joined by our winner of today's race, the one, the only sashoboss. How are you doing? How was your race? Tell me all about it.
What's up, guys? Well, yeah, I can't believe how fast that race was, for me anyway.
Excellent routing, Sasho. GG.
Yeah, thanks. there's so much I want to say right now, but so what was it? I found gravity at wave gate, right? So that's out of logic. Then I was like, all right, I don't have to check Meridia for now because all of my seeds have been early grab so far. So I'm like, all right, good. I don't have early Meridia. So then I get the crate, I find wave beam, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. Here we go again with having wreck ship and Meridia open. So then I'm like, oh, all right. But then I found space jump, so I'm like, okay, it's pretty good. I'll go check Meridia. I was thinking of checking up until the sandpits, right? Including Meridia Beach. So, you know, I went up to Meridia Beach, found Grav there, and I'm like, oh, nah, let's just go straight to Lower North there. And then I just, like, go mode from there. And then, when I found the ice at Vanilla Ice, I couldn't believe that. That actually saved me so much.
Yeah, right there was when we decided that you took a considerable lead on Lady Smale. As soon as you found that ice, it was a very small likelihood that she'd be able to catch up. Her routing was significantly different than yours, and she found the Various suit much later. Had already done a full wreck ship clear before she found the Various suit, so you were at a huge advantage there. But Lady Smale did find the charge beam. Would you like to know where the charge beam was? Because I have a feeling that you knew you were in for a hairy mother brain fight.
There were a lot of places that I could guess, but is it a wreck ship? It's probably a wreck ship.
It was in the spooky missiles.
Oh, I could have checked that.
I was thinking, if I was in your situation, I would have been at least contemplating checking the spooky missiles. But
I was actually, but then I was like, don't worry about it. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I mean, it wouldn't have changed the outcome of the race, but it definitely would have made you probably way more comfortable in Turian. You wouldn't have had to worry about conserving all those supers, and you wouldn't have had to refill.
For sure. This would have been like a couple minutes faster if I found charge. Damn, man. Come on. Come on, man.
Yeah, just a reminder, Sasha, this is a family-friendly channel.
So I know, I forget sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
You know, when I get a bit excited, you know?
Yeah, of course. Just trying to...
I know the feeling, man.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, not to take the attention away from me, but we're seeing a very good stand-up from Lady Smale.
That is true. Oh, I do have another question for sashoboss while Lady Smale's completing her stand-up there. How nervous were you when you didn't damage down enough and Mother Brain started attacking you? One more onion ring, and you would have had to do that fight all over again.
Well, like, what was it? When I got the first rainbow, I knew that I'd be fine. I was gonna lose some time having to wait to get damage down. But yeah, once I saw that double hit there at the end with the 2 onion rings, that was, I did get a bit scared there.
That was almost a monk-ass moment right there.
Yeah, I wouldn't say almost. That was a very monk-ass moment.
Very monk-ass. I'm getting better with the lingo, man. I'm getting better.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, of course, GG's to you, sashoboss. You are the winner of this 2-3 round and will be moving up to a record of 3-3. Who would you be excited to see?
I'm just going to say right now, Sasha, you're awesome. I've loved doing commentary for at least 2 of your randos and 1 of your hundos. I'm at 3-3 right now, and no offense, but I hope I don't have to go against you in a rando match, because I have a feeling that I'm just going to get whooped.
Yeah. Sasha, who would you say that you would be excited to face against next round?
Well, I don't know who else is 3-3 right now.
The only ones I know I'm 3-3 right now. Papa Schmo is 3-3 right now. I'm not sure who else is 3-3.
3-3 runners, we have Bressingham, Slow Guy, Glausio Souza, Skipsy, Chex Human, Hacksaw, Papa Schmoes, you said Simo Rocks, Zero Lane, you Chemnastics, Thornado, Raikou Rider, Tillymorph, Essie, Diddy, Iron Rusty, Incroyable, Happy RT, Zopa, Dirksu, Vibrant Colors, and Jargle Bargle. So, all strong runners. Yeah.
Oh man, they're all gonna slaughter me.
I think it's safe to say I'll probably lose next round. Because I might have good movement, but
man? That's what I feel.
I might have good movement, but I don't know. Rando, it can go anyway, you know.
Yeah, the big part of Rando is learning the logic, and it's just an immense help. You know all the things. But yeah.
I don't think I know SMRAT very well. I just got lucky today.
Well, I don't know. Luck is a big factor in SMRAT matches. Like there's at some point it just comes down to who goes up, who goes down, who finds the Varia suit, and where. And it's just there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it's just complete RNG.
Yeah, I'm with you. The only movement matters the most when you take the same route. But if you end up with like a seed kind of like this, where your first suit you find is the gravity suit, that opens up so many locations, so many more locations than the Varia suit opens up. So it really does send you on like a wild goose chase to try to figure out, okay, where is this Varia suit going to be, and am I going to find it before my opponent?
Yeah. What was it? My first like 5 races, I felt like that. Like, I was just looking for Varia the whole time. This was the first seed where I found Varia really quickly. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it was a really great race to watch. I hope you enjoy it when you watch it back. I do want to mention for everybody, Lady Smale just finished her race, and GG to Lady Smale. I'm not sure if she's going to join us for an interview or not.
Yeah, in RC, she says that she will not be joining us for an interview due to IRL reasons. Yeah.
All right. Well,
with a time of 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 1 second. That is a very respectable time. So yeah, GG.
GG.
Well, that sounds great. Well, thank you, sashoboss. Do you have anything left to say about the race or your future races or anything before we close the show?
With rat and mouse bracket, you need to win 4 races to be in the higher bracket, right?
As it stands currently, yes.
Cool. So yeah, next race is going to be a pretty important one because I'm 3-3 right now. And to be honest, I'd rather be in the lower bracket because like I'm not a rando runner, and I don't really want to face off against good runners. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm thinking the same thing. I feel like I'm very new to rando. I don't consider myself a rando runner, but I have had a lot of fun, and who knows, maybe you and I will face off. There's a lot of super racers in the 3-3 bracket. There's a lot of super racers in every bracket. It's just been a wonderful time. So I hope you're still having fun. I know I'm having fun, and Chad is definitely having fun, and we're all the winners because we all got a chance to watch a great race today. So thank you so much, sashoboss, and GG once again.
Yeah, definitely.
If we match up next week, Kev, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be outstanding. I would take it, even though I'm giving you the win, but I know I would enjoy the heck out of that race.
I would too.
And as a bystander, I would thoroughly enjoy commentating that race if it does happen.
We're all going to be anticipating Jay's release of the next bracket on Sunday. I can tell you that.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, MM2, if you'd like to close the show for everybody, I do have to get running myself. Got to go help my kids, and I think we're going to raid somebody pretty soon. So, hey, y'all, I'll see you next mission, and thanks again, MM2, for jumping in here with me, and I'll let you close the show tonight.
Yeah, of course. GG's to our racers, Lady Smale and Sasha Boss. Sasha Boss taking the win today. We'll be moving up to a record of 3-3. Lady Smale, unfortunately, taking the loss in this race. We'll be moving down to a record of 2-4. And of course, shout outs to our tracker, the real Gerbo, clicking all the buttons behind the scenes, making sure and we stay on track, and our restreamer WJG999, as well as our mod, getting all those things set up behind the scenes. I don't know what we'd do without him. But with that, I think we are good to say goodbye for now. Thank you for watching this episode of the 2021 Super Metroid Randomizer Accessible Tournament. My name has been MM2 Nest Cartridge, and it has been a pleasure to commentate this match. Thank you for watching. See you next mission.